evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Abigail English.
And I'm Jenny English. In tonight's news, the Department of Health is encouraging you to get healthy this spring. A new study has been released about teen drivers. The state might be holding some of your money, and we'll tell you how to get it. 2 Franklin County senior high students have launched a new program called Time to Shine. March is Women's History Month, and the 2019 Boy State delegates have been announced. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. 2018 Kia Stinger up to $10,000 off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Tullahoma Earth Day Festival. Let's start a chain reaction that creates action. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Join us for the 2nd annual Earth Day Festival on Saturday, April 27th, starting at 1 p.m. at Fraser McEwen Park. Enjoy an evening of music, a night in Nashville with Lee Gibson and Company. This free event has over 30 earth-friendly vendors, kids' activities, food, beer, and more. Special thanks to our sponsors. That's Tullahoma's Earth Day Festival on Saturday, April 27th at 1 p.m.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Department of Health is encouraging you to spring forward to healthy eating and activity this spring. Choosing nutritious foods and getting enough physical activity can make a real difference in the health of Tennesseans. During National Nutrition Month 2019, the Tennessee Department of Health is encouraging everyone to make informed food choices and develop sound eating and physical activity habits. TDH Commissioner Dr. Lisa Piercy said, "Eating right doesn't have to be complicated. Think about what you want your plate to look like and ask if it incorporates all major food groups. Choose a mix of lean protein foods, vegetables, whole grains, and fruits to enjoy a healthful meal, and balance those nutritious foods with physical activity most days of the week."
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services physical activity guidelines recommend adults participate in at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity each week, including at least 2 days of muscle strengthening activities. Being physically active up to 300 minutes per week has even greater health benefits. Children and teens need 60 minutes of activity each day, and it should be fun. The goal is to get moving with big decisions or small habits. Tennessee had the 15th highest adult obesity rate in the U.S. in 2017 at 32.8%. That was up from 20.9% in 2000. Data from the 2017 study shows 39% of Tennessee high school students were overweight or obese. One step Tennesseans can take to strive for better health is to cut down on sugar-sweetened beverages like sodas and sports drinks without providing many calories without much nutritional value. You should substitute water for these beverages. Eating healthy foods and getting physical activity are also keys to maintaining a healthy weight.
A new study indicates teen drivers put everyone on the roadway at risk of a deadly crash, especially if they are bringing teen passengers along for the ride. New research from the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety found that when a teen driver has only teen passengers in their vehicle, the fatality rate for all people involved in a crash increased 51%. In contrast, when older passengers, 35 or older, ride with a teen driver, overall fatality rates in crashes decreased 8%. Considering the increased risk created by a combination of teen drivers and teen passengers, AAA emphasizes the need for teen drivers to gain adequate supervised training, especially in different driving scenarios, before taking the wheel.
If you want to improve your happiness and overall well-being, you might think about moving to Hawaii. Tennessee has ranked among the top unhappiest and unhealthiest states, according to a new Gallup poll. The Gallup National Health and Well-Being Index was released recently, and the volunteer state came in near near the bottom at number 46. For the 7th year in a row, Hawaii is the top state in Gallup's National Health and Wellbeing Index. The ranking is based on surveys of more than 115,000 adults across all 50 U.S. states conducted by Gallup throughout 2018. Gallup's Wellbeing Index scores each state based on how happy residents say they are with their career, social life, and community, as well as their financial security and physical health. The lowest state on Gallup's index for the 10th year in a row was West Virginia with a score of 57, which finished last in the rankings for career and community happiness as well as physical health. Overall, Gallup reports that well-being is down across the board for 2018.
The Tennessee Department of Treasury is hoping to return nearly $1 billion in unclaimed property to residents. According to the department, that unclaimed property is money that is turned over to the state by businesses and other organizations that cannot locate the rightful owners. Unclaimed property can include uncashed dividends or payroll checks, refunds, trust distributions, and more. To help reunite that money with its owners, representatives of the Unclaimed Property Division are planning to bring an unclaimed property booth to events across the state over the next several months. At the booth, Division representatives will help attendees begin the claims process and answer questions. Tennesseans can also use the Treasury website at treasury.tn.gov to search for unclaimed property and file your claim. There is no time limit in Tennessee to claim unclaimed property. It is held for the rightful owner or their legal beneficiaries until it is claimed.
Stay tuned. There's more News Leader on 6 right after this.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma. From flatbeds to dump beds and anything in between, let our commercial truck department tell you all about it at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma on Highway 55. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Can you imagine a world without beauty, without color, without creativity, without art? Well, neither can we. Keep arts alive and experience all kinds of arts and crafts at the 2nd Annual Arts Alive Tullahoma on the newly renovated lawn of the South Jackson Civic Center, May 25th and 26th. For details, visit TullahomaArtsCouncil.com and come spend the day at our fun, family-friendly arts festival.
Welcome back. Franklin County High School seniors Gracie Lewis and Kristen Guess are heading up a project to ensure special needs seniors have a prom of their own this year. Peggy Burton spoke with Gracie and Kristen about the event.
This is Gracie Lewis and Kristen Guess, and they are seniors at Franklin County High School, and they have this project coming up that touched my heart, and I think it will yours. Gracie, yes. Since I've known you since you were this high, tell me a little bit about the prom project.
Okay, so basically what we're doing is the Time to Shine prom, and I
like that, the Time to Shine.
It is a prom for the CDC kids, so the kids with disabilities and, you know, mental,
special needs.
Yes, special needs. And a group of students, so it's basically like my friend group, a group of us we've gotten together and we're putting together this prom. We're raising money for these kids. So
okay, so you're putting together the prom, and you're trying to. What are you trying to do with the money?
So Kristen? With the money, we buy decorations, we rent tuxes for the boys, and actually for the dresses, we're asking for donations from anybody who has dresses that they don't use or, you know, just don't want anymore.
You went to the prom and it's 10 years later and your prom dress is still hanging in the closet. You guys would like to have them. And if you'll contact Franklin County High School,
yes,
or take them up there, or they can even call me and I'll get them to Gracie. So that would be okay. Or bring them here at the studio and I'll take care of it. Anyway, this is the 3rd year I think that you all have, or somebody in the school has done this. Usually a senior project.
Yes, ma'am. It's usually the seniors that are in charge, and then at school, you know, they'll announce over the PA system, you know, if you need service hours for Tennessee Promise or just for any other club, they'll be like, you know, come help this group set up for the prom because, you know, we got to set up for food and the decorations and all that.
And so the food, the decorations, the entertainment, and what is the entertainment? Have you decided yet?
Luckily, one of the teachers is going to DJ for the prom.
Good.
So we won't have to pay. We won't have to pay that. We can save the funds for other things we need.
And when is the prom?
April 6th.
Well, that's close.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any dresses to donate, please do that soon. And are you taking those for donations, or are you ordering those fitted?
We're ordering them fitted.
Ordering those fitted.
Mm-hmm.
What a fabulous thing! I think that whether you got a service project out of it, or not, it's a gift of your time and your energy, and a loving gift, and I really appreciate the fact that you're doing it. Franklin County has some really good things going on at the school now. Gracie is the drum major with a band, and the bands have a lot of good things going on.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite sport or activity?
Well, I played soccer and basketball at the school for my 4 years over there, and so that took up most of my time, so
Right.
I didn't really have time for much else.
Obviously you're busy girls with a lot to do, but you're taking the time to fulfill this prom project. And tell me one more time the name of the project.
The Time to Shine prom.
I don't know why I can't remember the Time to Shine.
And the theme we came up with this year, we're doing Candyland.
Yeah.
And so we're calling it Meant to Be, like M-I-N-T.
That's cute, meant to be. So you'll have decorations,
like oversized candy and stuff.
oversized candy and stuff like that.
We thought it would be cute and they would enjoy it, but we also won't make it, too tacky. Hopefully it won't get out of hand.
Yeah, you want it to be fun. What sort of entertainment do you usually have? Is it a DJ that plays CDs and stuff?
Yeah, and there will be photo booths there.
Oh, good.
And with like props and stuff maybe that they can take pictures with.
So do you guys take care of the flowers for the girls or anything like that, or the boutonnieres for the boys?
We might need to. We haven't thought about that.
We haven't thought about that, but I mean, yeah, that would be something that we would take care of.
Florists that would be willing to possibly donate some carnations, which would be really nice for this kind of project. So do y'all are there at the prom?
Yes.
Too?
We will, let's see, last year, student council kind of announced to the club, they were like, if you want to go and dance with the kids, because they would really enjoy that. We had students come and dance with the kids and entertain them.
That's great.
While we were there.
And do the kids have to have a date, or they can come?
They can just
single?
come.
Yeah, which is good. Not everybody has a date. Let's face it.
I mean, they're together all the time because it's kind of the class, so
yeah.
They all just kind of go together.
So, girls, you're seniors. You're in the second part of your senior year, and where are you going to school next year?
I will be attending the University of Alabama Huntsville, hopefully to get a degree in chemical engineering.
That just blows my mind. That's very honorable to do that, and ambitious, and I'm proud of you for doing that.
And we'll be right back with more news after this.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Welcome back. As we mentioned on Tuesday's newsleader, March is National Women's History Month. Tonight we bring you part 1 of women who have made significant contributions to science.
The top 10 female scientists.
There have been lots of initiatives to increase the number of women in science.
For this list, we're looking at women who've made significant strides in scientific advancement. From geneticists to physicists to environmentalists, all types of scientific study are represented by the females whose research has benefited humanity here, which means they must be scientists by trade. Those talent. Number 10, Elizabeth Blackburn.
When I was a teenager, a school teacher said to me, "What's a nice girl like you doing going into science?"
After earning degrees in Australia and England, Elizabeth Blackburn immigrated to America, eventually joining the molecular biology department at the University of California, Berkeley.
So if the shoelace tip gets too short, as it does in the case of telomeres in the course of natural wear and tear, then it'll eventually disappear and the fraying can begin.
While there, Blackburn and her colleagues discovered the enzyme telomerase, which solved the issue of how chromosomes can be copied repeatedly without degrading.
Blackburn and her colleagues discovered that telomerase also plays a key role in maybe the greatest threat to our longevity, cancer.
Number 9, Rachel Carson.
Man's attitude toward nature is today critically important, simply because we have now acquired a fateful power to alter and to destroy nature.
It's rare for a single environmentalist to make an impact in our industrial world, but Rachel Carson did just that. Carson was especially notable for writing a book entitled Silent Spring, which helped educate the greater populace on the dangers of pesticides. She was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1980, 16 years after her death. Number 8, Barbara McClintock.
There was no question in my mind that the information I had received was so strong that there was no way of drawing any other conclusion.
Barbara McClintock accomplished more with corn than most of us accomplish in our lifetime. The American scientist spent most of her professional life studying maize genetics, which culminated in the discovery of jumping genes.
She described these very intricate phenomena that people really couldn't grasp in a physical way until many years later.
These genes can jump to various stages of cell development, thus proving that genes aren't always stationary and don't always adhere to a prearranged sequence.
She was the first person who really saw the kind of detail that's present in every chromosome.
The existence of jumping genes is important in understanding inheritance and evolution. McClintock's discovery was not accepted until the rest of genetics caught up with her findings, but she was justly awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1983.
Therefore, when you feel that strongly about something, you can't be turned off. Nobody can hurt you.
Number 7, Dorothy Hodgkin.
You thought about it at the time, Dorothy, but it was, I think, a very beautiful structure.
Yes.
Dorothy Hodgkin developed the way we can now view the structures of infinitesimal molecules. The Egypt-born biochemist mastered the method of X-ray crystallography, which helped us discover the structures of compounds whose molecular makeup was only guessed at up to that point. Number 6, Rita Levi Montalcini.
Quindi è più un modo artistico portare avanti il mio lavoro che un modo cosiddetto scientifico.
In 1986, this Italian neurologist earned the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for co-discovering the growth factors of certain neurons, which are pseudoproteins that regulate cellular growth.
Io sono arrivata alla conclusione che la cellula nervosa ha bisogno di qualche stimolo ed era il tessuto.
As the first of its kind to be discovered, the nerve growth factor was isolated by Levi Montalcini in 1952. However, just like with Barbara McClintock, the significance of her discovery was not made clear until decades later.
And we'll feature more women who have made contributions to science on Tuesday's newscast. We'll be right back with more News Leader.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester. Check out the 2018 Ford Expedition up to $11,000 off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Ford on 41 and Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron. And chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory. And marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
Welcome back. The 2019 Tullahoma High School Boys State delegates were announced Wednesday. Philip Scoggins and John Gray brings us this story.
All right, gentlemen, my name's John Gray and I'm the chairman of the Boys State Committee for American Legion Post 43 Tullahoma Memorial 39. This gentleman right here is the commander of our American Legion Post. This is retired General Alan Harris. Bob Couch was my father-in-law. He went to Boys State in 1942. I was honored to be able to go to Boys State in 1966. My wife, who is Bob Couch's daughter, went to Girls State in 1972. And my son, Jacob Gray, went to Boys State in 2000. So we are a Boys and Girls State family. And the reason why is it is so important for young people to understand, just like Alan said, how government works. Realize when you go there, the first thing you'll be doing is you'll be assigned a city that you go to. Y'all, probably any of you will not be together. You will meet brand new people from all across the state of Tennessee with many talents. Like you, they're the brightest and the best. Open yourself up to make new friends. I still have contact 53 years later with some of the people that I met at Boys State. If you continue to live around here, and even if you move away, but say like you continue to live in Tennessee and later on in your life you're doing a business deal in Knoxville or you might be doing something in Jackson, no telling what you'd be involved in, and all of a sudden there'll be somebody sitting across the table from you that went to Boys State. You can meet and make friends with some of the brightest people in the state of Tennessee because that's who's going to be there. Open yourself up. Allow yourself to meet new people, make new friends, and enjoy the experience of what you're getting ready to do. Now, we are sending 4 people to Boys State this year. There will be 2 alternates. There are 6 of you. You have all been selected. And I want you to put this in your mind and I want you to keep it there. You have all been selected to be Boys State delegates. So now I'm going to hand these out. Delegate Brian Nelms. Right. Delegate Charles Roberts. Delegate Kobe Glove. Delegate Nathan Jones. First alternate Cade Kennedy. And second alternate Grant King. And gentlemen, like I said, just because it says alternate on there, that doesn't mean you're any less. We just can only send 4 people, and if something happens to any one of these people, you're going to be the one to go or you're going to be the one to go in their place. So you go and you fill out the forms, you do everything, but I wanted all of you to have a signed letter for you to put in your file to use later on in your life because it is that important, okay? I just want all of you to understand that. We appreciate you. We appreciate having you represent the American Legion, Post 43 in Tullahoma, but also realize you're representing your city. We're We're sending you out under the Legion, Post 43, and the City of Tullahoma. You're our ambassadors.
And you'll do well.
The Boys State.
You guys have been associated with things other than Boys State, whether it be academics or athletics. You know where Tullahoma ranks. So you guys are representing a very great institution here in a great little town.
Very unique community.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC in Winchester. Check out the 2019 Chevrolet Equinox up to 21% off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC on the bypass in Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gotta be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
My wife Jackie has always been the life of the party. But things changed when she couldn't be as active anymore.
They told me I needed a double knee replacement.
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, but she still needed to go to rehab.
I was amazed at how good the therapists were at Life Care. They took really good care of me.
They took excellent care of her. And now she's back doing the things she loves, and that makes everyone happy.
Life Care Center of Tullahoma wants you to get active and live well.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at our weather, starting with today's weather history. The record high was in 1966 with 82 degrees, and the record low was in 1965 with 15 degrees. The average high is 62 degrees, and the average low is 39 degrees. Tonight's weather is going to be clear, and there's a low of 35 degrees. Friday is going to be sunny with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 31 degrees, and Saturday will be mostly sunny with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a great evening. Good night.